Welcome along on Radio Bath today. We have the lovely AJ and Curtis Pritchard. They're here today to talk all about the Come What May tour taking place. So, guys, tell us all about it when it's taking place.
Well, the Come What May tour, we are deep in rehearsals right now, but the tour, we are deep in rehearsals. I feel like we've literally just come off our um, first part of the day, and I think actually we have done all of our numbers, minus a small reprise in the finale, and we have done everything. But the show itself is from the 20th of September through to the 24th of October, and we're traveling up and down the country. But more importantly, we'll be with you in Bath on the 2nd of October, and we're very excited about it.
Oh, it's a cracking show. As AJ just said, the rehearsals have been fast paced. I mean, we have just been nailing through the numbers. We've pretty much got the entire show done in a week and a half. It's impressive.
And I'm not somebody to usually say something. I'm the hardest person to impress, I'm not gonna lie. And every single routine is, if not better than a full-on Strictly performance, because everybody is designed into the routines that they know, whether it be like, oh, we have a contemporary girl that can do this part great, we have the guys that can do the tricks here, we do the ballroom Latin, the singers obviously bring their vocals and their presence to the stage, and it is so synced so quickly, so you only know that the roof, the quality goes higher and higher and higher.
You've got experts doing every single part then? Because obviously you guys are experts in ballroom, but I don't know how your contemporary or your jazz is, for instance. And that must be quite difficult if you're doing something outside of your comfort zone.
Yes and no sometimes. If they're going to say try and do a backflip now, it's going to take us a couple of blimmin' attempts, or we'll say, no, we're going to leave that to the people that can do a backflip. But all of the other stuff, I always say dancing is movement to music. So you can pick it up very fast. And once repetition, it just sinks in.
There is, I will not lie, there is one moment that we did remove ourselves from it. It was in the full can-can line, and it was jump into the splits. And I went, I don't know how to actually say this, but that's not going to work. That's just not going to work for me.
Why not?
I've tried all my life to do the splits, and every time I've properly attempted it, well, let's just say the hip was never the same again.
Yeah, we can't do the splits.
I have a horrific memory. So I did a showcase once with my lovely wife, and we were in rehearsals. And when you're in rehearsals, you kind of try it, but you're still marking it to some degree, aren't you? And
yes, I don't believe in that. If you're in rehearsals, you give it 100% all the time, because if you're doing it 100% there, that means it won't throw you when you do the show. That's what I always say.
Richard, I'll let you finish, but I feel like I'm on your side, Richard.
Well, I was kind of half marking it, but half not. She threw herself into the splits, but this was at 8:30 in the evening, and it was the most nervous thing. We're doing a teacher showcase. There's loads of different teachers doing it. And no doubt, when you've done all your preps and you're doing your own showcases, the audience you're not that bothered about. Doing it in front of your other professionals, that's the nervous moment. Okay. And we were doing it, and I dropped her into the splits, and I dropped her too far, and I tore her hamstring, properly torn, to the point she could barely walk. 2 hours later, she was still doing the showcase. I've never been so nervous putting her back into the splits. In fact, we've barely ever done the move since. So, so yeah, I sympathise with that part.
I think I've gone a bit cold. I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to make sure that I'm always on it now.
And that's why we don't do the splits.
Likewise, I don't think my body. I'm not 20 anymore, and I don't think my body will ever do the splits again.
So I'm 28, and I'll tell you what, it takes a couple more days to recover now. And I'm not old. 28's not old, but you feel it.
It is not. Now you're coming to the Bath Forum. It's fantastic on the 2nd of October. What parts are you actually playing in the show?
So I think the best way to describe this is throughout the large group numbers, like the Strictly style, because the tour itself, the musicals, the like Your Song and Come What May itself, and the songs are so powerful that what we get to do is become the center part of, say, the choreography or the storyline, or like, for example, we have I have a beautiful solo in Shallow, and it's really kind of bringing what is that kind of 2D, 3D dimension of the vocals, bringing it to a 4th dimension, and actually being able to present and kind of, it sounds weird, but honor how good them songs are, how good them musicals are, and really add that kind of delight to the eyes.
What's nice is everybody has their individual part to show off throughout this show. So it isn't like
we're the glue. Are we the glue? Is that what, if I was gonna be a physical word, I'm the glue that glues the music together? That sounds a bit weird now I'm saying it out loud.
Could say that, because it's not like a West End show where we're like the lead role and then you're doing all of the talking and all of this and that. We have talking in it, absolutely, and there's bits where we'll narrate the show. But most of it is we all have our individuals. We have a solo. AJ has his own solo. Some of the other girls have their own solos. The guys do. So it really is just a fully immersive show with the entire cast.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it, because a lot of the time, sometimes the ensemble and stuff, they don't get the cheer or they don't get their names announced. But in this, they're getting the names announced. They're getting their solo.
First dance, we introduced the whole cast, and I think that's really important to kind of have a name to each person, because each person is so valuable to the show.
Yeah.
I think that's a big point for us.
I'm not gonna, I'm actually gonna say it. I do think this is the best cast that there has been to do this show.
Yeah.
So far, up to date. Yeah.
Up to now, that's the
Up
best
till
way.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, talking of casts, so last night at my dance class, we had quite a busy class, and I did a little video, and I got them to say hi to you. Okay, so I'm going to show you this video
stop it.
now.
Please do, please.
I'm going to try and get it right. Okay, so
I can see, you can see it's good.
yeah, you can see at the moment. Okay, so I tried to get them to say hi, AJ and Curtis. Okay, now I'll be honest with you, the audio wasn't great. They weren't quite in sync with each other. They danced much better than they said it. Okay, but
Sound like
let's
a
see if I can get this right.
Mexican
Here we go. Oh, let's see if it works. 3, 2, 1. There you go.
wedding.
You've been said hello to by 100 people in Bradford on Avon.
Well, say hello back next time you're with them, please. Yeah.
I will do. I will do. So rehearsal been going good, which is really nice to hear. How are the feet?
How are the what? Sorry.
How are your feet?
Well, my feet are pretty. I feel pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I feel long. I feel strong. I feel flexible.
I've been very good on the recovery throughout this process. I've been every night. I've made sure that I've had a hot bath and I've done some work whilst been in the bath. But then straight away when I get back out, I do a nice little 25-minute stretch just to make sure everything's fully relaxed and then fully stretched out. The only one tight thing on me at the minute is my shoulder. I do some funky lift. And it's a very vulnerable position on my body. It looks awesome, but it's a pain. It's a hard lift to do, but it'll look great.
So how do you feel? Because quite often when you're doing partner dancing, it's quite easy because your other person is a pro and they put themselves into the right place. When you've got a lot of people that are very used to solo dancing, they're not necessarily very good at partner dancing. And that can be quite difficult to do. So and often in the lifts, you can see them not necessarily in the right place. So how are the partner dancing going with the solo dancers?
Good, to be fair. All you have to do is I think you know who you dance with, and all you have to do is say a couple of little things. If it's going to be lifts, think about yourself being like a solid wooden board. So you're holding yourself completely strong. And once you can tell somebody that in a lift and they realize, okay, that's how I hold myself, and then it'll improve from there. If it's a solo dance and we're doing some ballroom and Latin dancing, there's simple little tips and tricks you can say, like, if we're going to have the arm out, make sure the arm is connected to the body. So if I pull your arm, as in lead it, your body's going to come with it. And once you just say these little things, then they pick it up very fast. They're great dancers anyway. So they know how to adapt and change super quick.
Yeah, I think as Curtis said, it's kind of like giving them the time to understand it. So like when we come onto tour, the same way this goes two ways. Like it's not just here's the choreography and go and dance. As we are in rehearsal, we're always learning and adapting. So when we dance with our partners, we're teaching them as much as they teach us when it comes down to a new rhythm or or whatever it may be. So it's always a two-way street, and I think that's very important. Whereas people think that you kind of just get slotted in something, you just do it. Whereas no, rehearsals is as much a lesson as it is just understanding the choreography and the stagemanship and the position where you are.
And how much freedom do you how much freedom do you guys have regarding adding to the choreography? If you're thinking, if only we could do this bit, or is it fully choreographed?
Oh, no, whatever we want. Yeah.
Okay. We're choreographing our own bits, adding this in, doing that. We don't like that. Let's change that, whatever it may be.
The thing is, when you've danced for 10 plus years doing the same style or the same technique, you understand what works for you best. So it's kind of like, okay, we need 8 bars of 8 or 30 seconds or 40 seconds to something that's on a dance world. Like it's like, okay, we'll put that together. Or for example, Shallow, like I spoke about before, like, okay, here's the music. We kind of want to start a part, we do something together, we end a part, we go back together. Like, make something. So that's our choreography.
And the choreographer of the show, Scott, I've worked with him before. He's a great guy. He knows how we work and he knows what we can do. So he gives us the freedom to be able to do that. And obviously, if we need any help, like Scott, help us out here, and he's just boom, 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 boom. So it's a good relationship how we're working together, which is nice.
Fabulous. Right, I've got a few questions then to finish with. Okay, first one, I asked Jazzy this as well. Okay, so it's a very odd question. I always try and find a question you guys won't have been asked before when you're doing all the radio and press rounds. Okay, so
why am I worried now?
No, it's not that bad. You get worried about the next bit. Okay, but this one isn't too bad. Okay, so when you go to a venue, you have something called riders, which is your requests of what's in your dressing rooms.
Yeah.
What are your riders?
Don't have one.
Don't have one.
You don't have one?
No, why would I need a rider? That's so bougie.
I bring my water.
Yeah.
I may bring myself a sachet of like an instant coffee. I bring myself some chicken breast. We're very normal, boring people, to be honest.
I've ever asked for was, can I have a kettle in my dressing room? And I think that's what
Pantomime, because you're there a bit longer.
I'm doing singing, so I need hot water, like with my honey and stuff.
Yeah,
that's literally it.
That was Jazzy's as well, just a kettle.
Yeah,
Wants tea and coffee. So it's nice to hear that you are almost normal people. Which is good.
And I actually feel like I should have a rider.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. Why did I rewrite the contract?
It's my favourite bottle of whiskey. That's expensive. Let me do that.
That's not going to help your vocal cords, though, is it? Let's face it. Right. In honor of your
dancing.
yeah, that's true. In honor of your time on Love Island, Curtis. Okay, so we're going to play a quick game of siblings. Who is the most of? Okay, so there are 6 questions here. The last one, I'll be honest with you, I'm quite nervous about asking. I asked the guys downstairs, should I ask the question? And they went, absolutely. Okay, so I'm nervous about that one, but we'll find out how we get on. All right, so first one, who is noisier?
Nah, me. Yeah, me. Yeah.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Curtis, definitely.
All right, who is more sensitive?
I'd say Curtis as well. Yeah.
Yeah, probably me.
Okay.
I mean, it depends. I'm not really that sensitive people, to be fair.
Who is more of a diva?
I'd say Curtis. Yeah.
AJ is more of a diva.
Right. But you have to name it as well. Who has a weird habit?
Who has a weird habit?
Yeah.
I said people think it's weird, but sometimes I just like to lie down and sleep before a show. But I sleep looking like a vampire.
A weird habit.
A weird habit, yes.
I mean,
Curtis, your weird vocal warm. I can tell you that.
Your habits are just you're very basic sometimes. That's
basic. That's a weird habit.
No, we don't really have any weird habits, to be fair. I don't think. I'm gonna be all day now.
I'm thinking about what your weird habit is. Right. Who usually wins an argument between you?
Sorry.
That's all right. Just throw myself around. Who usually wins an argument between you? If you ever argue.
I can't be bothered to argue.
I'm always right, so
I can't.
So I'm winning.
You know what? There's too much stuff going on in the world to even bother about arguing.
Very good.
So I win. So it's fine.
You win all the time. This is a question that I was really nervous about asking, and I'm umming and ahhing about it. I'm going to go for it. And you guys can look at each other at the end of this and go, oh, we'll see. Who is the better dancer?
Do you want technique or do you want performance?
Who's got more trophies? Who's the world champion, a European champion, a British champion?
Technically, AJ here. He's the better dancer, but if you want a better show, then you want me to do the show.
Oh, they're going to have to buy a ticket and find out, aren't they?
Yeah. They are going to have to buy a ticket. It's it's very interesting. You can look at people that have amazing technique, but they leave you cold. And somebody can perform amazing.
I still give a good show.
Yeah, you do give a good show, and the thing is, I give great technique as well. So,
right, here are the questions I asked Gabby. Okay, so we're going to see if we can we're going to literally flick through these as quickly as we can to finish off. Right, favorite ice cream?
Strawberry cheesecake.
Chocolate.
Lovely. Tidy or messy?
Tidy or messy was that?
Yeah, are you tidy or messy?
Tidy.
I'm going to say messy.
Okay.
Love roller coasters.
Okay.
Oh, you love them.
Right. You hang your toilet over the top or behind the back?
What was that? Sorry.
Do you hang your toilet roll over the top or behind the back?
The way that it's designed is over the top. That's the way that the
way it should be.
If you read the patterns of toilet paper, it's over the top.
Yeah.
That's what it's meant to be.
My follow-up question, you're correct, by the way. My follow-up question, if you went to somebody else's house and it was put behind the back, would you change it round to be round the front?
No, I would take it and hide it. Just joking, I wouldn't. I'd leave it.
You got to bring it up. And if they're close friends, bring it up.
Bring it up. Okay. If you had to do it, what would be your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, or Lean on Me, or Smile by Nat King Cole, one of them.
Yeah, YMCA, you know what I mean?
Or
Slightly
Shake
different
That by
answer.
Eminem.
Shake
Good
That,
one.
did you say?
Shake That by Eminem, cracking song.
Great line dance to Shake That as well if you haven't done it. It's yeah.
Maybe that song won't go to it, but yes.
Yeah, originally done by another track. But right, 2 questions to go. If you came back in your next life as an animal, which one would you be and why?
In the words of Bart Simpson, I'd come back as the butterfly because no one ever suspects the butterfly. No, I'm joking. I'd come back as a dog.
A dog. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to fly. I don't know, like a raven or something cool. Get to
Yeah,
fly.
why?
They have long lifespans.
Well, that's morbid anyway. Next one.
Last question then. I love this question. Where is your happy place?
Well, I don't think we can answer that.
I'm always happy. I'm pretty happy everywhere, to be honest.
Had to
I
be
like
somewhere.
working.
My friends and stuff like that. So that's my happy place. But
Yeah.
yes, yeah, I'm happy.
Someone-
I'm quite happy anyway. So yeah, everywhere.
You both seem naturally quite smiley people, which is good. It's you
Yeah.
never know when you meet somebody whether it's all just fake or not. But you guys you actually look quite happy.
It's the Botox you've had. It sticks to smiles. It doesn't get rid of them.
Don't tell me at 28 you've had Botox already.
I'm joking. Do I look like I'm on Botox? Look how my face moves when I talk.
Those eyebrows do move a lot, don't
I
they?
know.
AJ, so you can do the same. Can you do the individual eyebrows? Have you got to that? Oh, you can.
He's now just trying to test if we've had Botox.
Well, I haven't had Botox, as you can see by my face. The good thing about Zoom is it does improve your looks, doesn't it? Which is quite nice, but there we go. Thank you ever so much for being on Radio Bath today. Remind us of the show you're doing and where people can buy tickets from.
The show is Come What May, and if you literally just go onto Google or any website and type in Come What May Tour, it will pop up straight away, and then you can choose whichever date you want. Buy a ticket. You're going to love it. It really is a good show.
Yeah, September through to the 24th of October, and we will see you in Bath on the 2nd of October.
Yeah,
Actually,
genuinely, it's been really nice to be back performing and getting ready for a proper Boring and Latin show to go on stage.
Yeah, it's epic.
It actually has been really nice, so I'm excited to perform.
I generally can't wait to see it. We're bringing a big group of dancers with us, so
Awesome.
yeah, please,
Yes.
we'll be down in the stalls. I think on the left-hand
Where
side.
is
Should look
Richard?
out. So
Where is he?
where's Richard? But yeah, I'll be there with my wife and big group of dancers. So do wave hello to us. It'll be really nice, and I'll wave hello back. But I hope the show goes
Awesome.
well. And thank you so much for your time today.